Lewis Hamilton's arrival at Ferrari has already sent shockwaves through the world of Formula One, but now, just days before his first race with the Scuderia, a series of critical upgrades to the SF25 have been revealed.
The Formula One world was left stunned when Lewis Hamilton, a seven-time world champion, made the shocking decision to join Ferrari for the 2025 season. Fans and experts alike were eager to see how the legendary driver would adapt to his new team. But now, as the excitement settles and preseason testing comes to an end, reality is beginning to set in. And it's not looking as smooth as many had hoped. Renowned F1 pundit and racing driver Martin Brundle has offered a worrying assessment of Hamilton's early days with Ferrari. He described the new SF25 as a really nasty car to drive, suggesting that the transition might be tougher than expected. If one of the sport's most skilled drivers is struggling, what does that mean for his future with the iconic Scuderia? Is this the start of a challenging and frustrating chapter for Hamilton at Ferrari? Or is it just a temporary setback for a driver who has built a career on overcoming obstacles? One thing is certain, Formula One fans around the world will be watching closely as this story unfolds. Let's explain this. The final day of preseason testing in Bahrain was a mixed bag for Ferrari. While Charles Leclerc set the pace in the morning session, Hamilton took over in the evening and faced significant challenges. The seven-time world champion managed only 47 laps, finishing sixth on the leaderboard. Ferrari later confirmed that Hamilton's session ended early as a precaution after an anomaly was spotted on the telemetry. Brundle, analyzing onboard footage, didn't hold back in his assessment. He remarked, "That Ferrari looks really difficult to drive this afternoon. Hamilton is really struggling to get it into the apex. It looks really, really nasty behind the wheel." Hamilton's move to Ferrari was one of the most shocking announcements in recent F1 history. After 11 years with Mercedes, where he won 6 of his 7 world championships, Hamilton decided to take on a new challenge. Ferrari, a team with a storied legacy but no driver's title since 2007, seemed like the perfect stage for Hamilton to chase his elusive 8th championship. However, as Martin Brundle pointed out, this transition won't be without its hurdles. It's hard because I don't think he'll speak the language. Brundle said on the Sky Sports F1 podcast, "He certainly won't speak the language and know the team like Charles Leclerc does."
Not the best weather, but it doesn't matter because this news is exciting. I'm going to tell my son Hendrik if he's excited about it.
There we go.
Hamilton's integration into Ferrari is more than just a driver change. It's a complete cultural shift, one that could significantly shape his experience and performance in the coming seasons. Ferrari, an Italian institution with a deep-rooted racing heritage, operates in a unique way compared to the British-based teams Hamilton has spent his entire career with, such as McLaren and Mercedes. The organizational structure, decision-making process, and even the day-to-day interactions within the team will be a stark contrast to what he's accustomed to. One of the biggest challenges Hamilton may face is the language barrier. While many Ferrari engineers and team members speak English, Italian remains the primary language of communication within the team. This could make technical debriefs, strategy discussions, and even casual interactions more complex. Unlike Charles Leclerc, who has been with Ferrari since 2019 and speaks fluent Italian, Hamilton will need time to adjust and find his rhythm within the team's communication structure. Misunderstandings in high-pressure situations, especially during races, could pose an additional challenge. Ferrari's team dynamics will be a new challenge for Hamilton. At Mercedes, he was the clear leader, but at Ferrari, Leclerc's deep ties with the team could create an internal power struggle. While Ferrari promises equal treatment, history suggests that intra-team rivalries can be intense. Hamilton must assert himself while managing the politics of the Scuderia. Beyond this, Ferrari operates under immense national pressure. Unlike Mercedes' calculated approach, Ferrari runs on passion, with fans and media demanding instant success. The Tifosi can be both fiercely supportive and highly critical, making early struggles even tougher. Hamilton isn't just changing teams, he's entering a new racing culture. If he adapts, he could make history. If not, this could be one of his toughest seasons yet. Time will tell if he can thrive at Ferrari. Lewis will want to try to take a few people with him, but there'll be non-compete clauses where he can't really do that. But I think he'll have such respect there anyway that if Lewis says, "I want the back wheels put on the front," they'll go straight away. Despite the early struggles, Hamilton remains optimistic. Speaking to the media, he said, "This is the most positive feeling that I've had in a long time. Everyone looks really quick, really competitive. It looks very, very close." Brundle, too, believes Hamilton's experience will be his greatest asset. "I don't think Lewis will feel any pressure," Brundle said. "He's been there, seen it, done it, won 7 championships. He will not succumb to that. My goodness, I'm a Ferrari driver. The expectation is high." But the competition is fierce, and Hamilton's road to success at Ferrari won't be easy. Red Bull remains the team to beat, with Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez showing strong pace in testing, making it clear that they are ready to defend their dominance. Mercedes, Hamilton's former team, is determined to bounce back after a challenging 2024 season, and with George Russell and their new developments, they could pose a serious threat. Meanwhile, McLaren has been making impressive strides, with Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri consistently delivering strong performances, signaling that they too could be in the mix for podium finishes. Ferrari and Hamilton face immense pressure to adapt quickly, refine the SF25, and seize every opportunity. With a tight race calendar, mistakes could be costly. Competition is fierce, and Hamilton's experience and skill will be crucial in making Ferrari a true title contender. The 2025 season promises a thrilling battle, with all eyes on Hamilton. The F1 community has been buzzing with reactions to Hamilton's early struggles. One fan commented, "I'm no Hamilton fan, but he looked all right. Didn't look any worse than Max or Piastri or Leclerc, who all looked a bit underwhelming." Another added, "The diva left a drive just to get into another diva. I thought Lewis was supposed to be so good according to Sir Scuderia, no other driver can touch him." Lewis Hamilton's move to Ferrari is a thrilling F1 storyline. Early challenges exist, but his track record shows he thrives under pressure. As the 2025 season begins, all eyes are on Hamilton and Ferrari to break their title drought. Lewis Hamilton's move to Ferrari has ignited excitement and debate. Early struggles exist, but it's too soon to judge. Martin Brundle notes challenges like a new car, team culture, and tough competition. Known for resilience, Hamilton's quest for an 8th title remains uncertain, keeping fans eagerly watching.
I've obviously, I don't remember anything in it, apart from Bono saying,
It's hammer time.
Come on, go on.
hammer time.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I remember.
The next one.
I literally have 7 days to find the word to have Riccardo say,
Martello, tempo del martello.
Tempo Martello.
Dobbiamo trovare...
For over a decade, F1 fans around the world became familiar with a very special radio call between Lewis Hamilton and his Mercedes race engineer, Peter Bono Bonington. The iconic Hammer Time message became synonymous with Hamilton's dominance on track. But what exactly was Hammer Time all about? The phrase wasn't just random, it had deep meaning for Hamilton and his engineer. As Hamilton himself explained, Hammer Time is, say, my pit stop is lap 20 or lap 25. In that moment, usually they say, time to push. Hamilton revealed that he actually created the phrase himself out of frustration with longer radio messages. Bono would come out with these long sentences. "Hi, Lewis, just to let you know that it's time to start pushing," and it's a really long bit of speech. I said, "Bono, just tell me it's hammer time, and it means push like a mofo and get going." This simple phrase became a powerful signal between the pair, with Bono using it every time the team wanted Hamilton to extract maximum performance from his car, just before a pit stop. The phrase, a clever reference to MC Hammer's 1990 hit You Can't Touch This, combined with Hamilton's three-letter designation Ham in F1, became a staple of their communication. The emotional significance of this partnership became clear after Hamilton's final race with Mercedes at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, where he realized it was the last time he would hear the iconic call. Hamilton told this media after the Yas Marina race, "I noticed that today. When he told me, I was like, I can't even remember the last time he told me hammer time. What a roller coaster ride I've had with Bono. He's been one of my closest friends for many years." Hamilton reflected on their long partnership with genuine emotion. "It's something I didn't expect to have because he worked with Michael Schumacher. He's worked with great drivers, and for the longest time, he stood by me. For an engineer to stick by someone as frustrating and painful as it can sometimes be, he stood by me every single day without fail." This end of an era marks the beginning of Hamilton's bold new chapter. But what will replace the iconic hammer time at Ferrari? With Hamilton now donning the famous red of Ferrari, the question on everyone's lips is, what will replace the iconic hammer time radio call? During a Ferrari event, Hamilton addressed this very question. "I don't remember anything apart from Bono saying," before his new teammate Charles Leclerc humorously interrupted, "Come on, go on." Hamilton continued, "Hammer time. I literally have 7 days to find the word to have Ricciardo say." That's when Leclerc, fluent in Italian, suggested a three-word replacement, tempo di martello, the Italian equivalent of hammer time.
I remember, I've obviously, I don't remember anything in it, apart from Bono saying,
Come on, go on.
hammer time. That's all I remember.
The next one.
I literally have 7 days to find the word to have Ricciardo say
Martello, tempo del martello.
tempo martello.
Dobbiamo trovare...
But will Hamilton adopt this Italian phrase? The seven-time world champion seems unsure. When asked about it during preseason testing in Bahrain, Hamilton admitted, "I haven't spoken to my engineer about that. I don't know how it would sound with an Italian accent, so I'll have to find an Italian word probably. We'll probably find something new." In more recent comments, Hamilton has actually ruled out using tempo di martello, suggesting it just wouldn't sound right. It seems the search for a new iconic radio call continues. The radio call isn't the only communication challenge Hamilton faces at Ferrari. He's now working with race engineer Riccardo Adami, who previously worked with Carlos Sainz, and communication is key to their success. Hamilton has revealed he's deep in the learning process of mastering Ferrari's technical language. He said, "I'm in the learning phase of understanding the rear suspension, the front suspension, all the different settings they have for those, and the terminology they use for them. My engineer and I are also learning how we like to work in terms of communication." The champion driver is taking his preparation seriously. "I've got it all on my computer, and I'm studying it each day and night to make sure I understand when they're talking about the different components." Despite the challenge, Hamilton is embracing the change. It's a part of the learning process, and that's what makes it exciting because it's all new. I'm loving that newness. This newness extends beyond just language. Hamilton is entering a completely different team dynamic with a teammate who's already established at Ferrari. And what he's said about this partnership has sent a clear message to Max Verstappen and the rest of the grid. Lewis Hamilton has made an extraordinary claim about his partnership with Charles Leclerc at Ferrari. Speaking in a video shared by Scuderia Ferrari, Hamilton declared, "We're the strongest pairing F1 has probably ever had." Let that sink in. The strongest pairing in F1 history. This isn't just a casual comment. It's a direct challenge to reigning champion Max Verstappen and his Red Bull team. Hamilton isn't just suggesting they'll be competitive, he's claiming they'll be historically dominant. What makes this statement even more remarkable is Hamilton's own history of high-profile teammates. Throughout his extraordinary career, Hamilton has partnered with some of the greatest drivers in the sport. He raced alongside two-time world champion Fernando Alonso at McLaren in 2007 and had a famously intense rivalry with 2016 champion Nico Rosberg at Mercedes. Yet Hamilton believes his partnership with Leclerc surpasses them all. This is a clear warning shot fired directly at Verstappen, who has dominated the sport in recent years. Hamilton has been equally effusive in his praise for Leclerc individually, calling him massively talented and expecting great things from him in 2025. Charles is massively talented. Getting to see him work opposite the table and watching him in the garage, it's been really, really great, Hamilton said, as reported by F1.com. Obviously, he's been here for a long time, so he knows the team well. He speaks Italian, he's at home and at ease. But because we already had a friendship before, that's made it a lot easier to just get straight into working together. Hamilton added, he's incredibly talented, so he's going to be so fast this year. I'm looking forward to learning what I can from him and supporting him alongside the team to deliver the best results we can get. The mutual respect appears to be genuine, with their pre-existing friendship facilitating their working relationship. This harmonious partnership stands in stark contrast to some of F1's more turbulent teammate dynamics, potentially giving Ferrari an edge in the Constructors' Championship. But can this strongest pairing in history deliver on such a bold claim? That remains to be seen, but one thing is certain, Max Verstappen and Red Bull will not take this challenge lightly. For Hamilton, joining Ferrari isn't just another career move, it's the fulfillment of a childhood dream. In an emotional statement, Hamilton revealed his long-held desire to drive for the sport's most storied team. He said, I have always imagined what it would be like sitting in the cockpit, surrounded by red. I have always seen the drivers that came before me in red and wondered how that would feel for me. You know, this emotional connection to Ferrari adds another dimension to Hamilton's motivation. At 40 years old, many would be winding down their careers, but Hamilton is approaching this new chapter with renewed vigor and determination. In February, Hamilton told The Times that he rejects comparisons with older drivers, past or present, making a pointed statement that seems directed at those questioning his age and motivation, saying, I am hungry-driven, do not have a wife and kids. I am focused on one thing, and that is winning.
Experience crazy things all the time, especially coming to Italy. And an event like this had never been done before. And it was just exceptional. To be driving in the streets of Milan with so much tifosi was very special.
When Hamilton officially joined Ferrari in January 2025, it sent shockwaves through the motorsport world. After 12 years with Mercedes power, the most successful driver in modern F1 history embarked on an intensive immersion program with his new team.
Well, firstly, already just driving Ferrari is a huge honor, but they already have an incredible legacy. So it's not that they need necessarily another championship because they have so many already, but I know that's what they exist to do, to work towards, and I know that Tifosi are dying for that, and it would be, I wouldn't be able to find the words to be able to express just how special that would be, but that's what we work towards.
We've seen Hamilton alongside Leclerc at the F175 live event and putting in crucial laps at pre-season testing in Bahrain. But behind the scenes, questions remained about how these two elite drivers would work together. Would their different driving styles create development conflicts? Would the team favor the established champion or their homegrown talent? Those questions made Leclerc's recent comments all the more surprising. During preseason testing in Bahrain, Leclerc was asked about his initial experience working with Hamilton. His response left everyone stunned. He said, I was surprised. Our driving style is very similar. We both like to push quite a lot, especially the entries, and on that, we are quite similar. This is massive news for Ferrari. When new teammates join forces, different driving preferences often create conflicts in car development. One driver might prefer a stable rear end while another needs strong front end grip. These contradictions can tear a team's focus in different directions. Leclerc continued, that's positive because I think it requires the same thing out of the car, and I think as a team that is always a good thing because we'll definitely push in the same direction because we need the same things. This unexpected similarity could be the key to unlocking Ferrari's potential in 2025. The technical aspects of this revelation are even more fascinating. According to inside reports from testing, both drivers share a preference for a particular driving technique, throttle and brake overlap. This is an advanced skill where drivers apply both pedals slightly simultaneously to maintain engine power while slowing down. It's extremely difficult to master, But both Hamilton and Leclerc have shown exceptional proficiency with this technique, particularly in medium-speed corners like Turn 10 in Bahrain. For Hamilton to adapt so quickly to the SF25's characteristics after spending his entire career in a completely different car, philosophy is astonishing. He's not just adapting, he's actively evolving his driving style to extract maximum potential from the Ferrari. What makes this partnership particularly interesting is the contrast in their situations when joining the team. Leclerc said, "When I joined, I only had done 1 year in Formula One with Sauber, so everything was still new to me, and I had to learn how a team like Ferrari would work in Formula One, even though I knew the factory and everything by being in the Ferrari Driver Academy before."